So the way I see it, there are two things I think going on, John. The first is that these globe-trotting senior politicians don't draw their personal validation from the people that elect them. They validate themselves by the company they keep on the global stage. So Boris Johnson, who, by the way, is not a Brexiteer either in my book, he's another globalist, got great succor from G7 meetings, from being in Davos, meeting all these other people he regarded as his intellectual equal. And he wanted to sidle up to them. And there's a natural desire amongst them to do that. That's one thing. Then the other force at play here is that they have a contempt for democracy, because they think that state intervention works, that the state thinks better than the average individual, the state will spend the money better. The Conservative Party is no longer conservative. It doesn't believe in a small state and low taxes. It believes, and Rishi Sunak is perhaps the best example of it, that they know it all and the people need to fall into place and they will do our thinking for us. I go to GB News studios quite a lot, as you may or may not be aware. And when I exit Paddington Station, there's a small staircase that I have to go up. It's a very narrow tread, by the way. It's like 6 inches. Every step on that tread has something like, don't take more than one step at a time, take the lift, don't read your phone, as you walk up the steps. We've reached a stage where the state is telling us how to navigate a staircase. What the hell has gone wrong with personal responsibility? And this is fundamentally undemocratic. When the state is thinking for you down to how you navigate a staircase, it has stripped you of all personal agency. It's stripped you of the inability to think and act on your own. And what is that if that is not the fundamental undermining of democracy? They want a highly regulated, highly taxed society. They get the money in the Exchequer's coffers, and then they can decide what they do with the money because they know best. And before I finish, I'm just going to say Rishi Sunak is the worst. He was at Winchester College. He's privileged. He's rich. Oxford University, Stanford, Goldman Sachs. If you watch the leadership contest, it was, I know this. I know how to address detail. I know how to get across the detail. I know what's good for the nation. I know how to solve the problems. He couldn't give a damn about democracy. He thinks he knows it.
The essence of socialism is that you surrender quite a bit of power over your own life to the state. Well, we all do that to some extent, but of course it went much further. You pay very high taxes, and they wish to take even higher taxes because they think that politicians can spend money better than the people can spend it. The more you take away, the less there is for private industry, and that's where the creation of wealth comes. So you have to establish very clear limits on the role of government. And really, politicians, I think, should sometimes just be a little bit more modest about their abilities than they are. We can't run everything, and we shouldn't try. I believe that we were going towards a way of life in which people were constantly looking to the state to solve their problems and to do things for them. When the state does everything for you, it'll soon take everything from you. You will then have no basis for personal freedom, political freedom, nor economic freedom.
It's like that. And I've never seen that clip before, by the way, John. But I mean, she said it absolutely brilliantly, much more succinctly than I could. She's spot on, absolutely spot on.